Guys, you can tell I did a lot of thrifting when I had to bring my thrifted goods home in a box. That's how much shopping I did. I feel like this is going to be a long vlog, but you know what? I don't care. These are such good pieces. I'm going to take the time to show you guys what I found. Um, this little doll, I got her at a Goodwill. I was out shopping and didn't find anything. I was looking for things for my kitchen, and you'll see in this vlog, this is going to go in my kitchen, but couldn't find anything, but I found her. She was about $3.99, and I don't know where I'm going to put her. I don't know what she is. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments what she is, but I thought she was just cute. And I love blue and white. You'll see a lot of blue and white in my kitchen. So I got her there at the Goodwill. And then I picked up these silver plated napkin rings. Um, so I follow Linda Smith Davis on YouTube, New England Fine Living, and she had a set of silver napkin ring holders. I don't think they were silver plated, but they were all in a silver polish. And she said she thrifted them, and I thought they were really, really cute. And I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea if I thrifted and pieced together a collection? Even if they're all different, I thought that'd be really cool that they all have some kind of commonality. And the common vibe would be that I'm going to start collecting silver plated napkin rings. So, anyways, I'm going to try and do that. And so that's the first two. I got these at an antique store. The vendor was having a half off that day, so I got these two for $9 total. She was selling them for $18 originally, so I got them for $9. Thought that wasn't too bad. It was kind of a splurge, I think. But at the same store, I picked up these little salt and pepper shakers, and you'll see, I think you'll see when I share where I put these. I have a collection of salt and pepper shakers and cream and sugar. Now, something might not know about me, and I might not have shared it yet, but I am also a vendor. I have an antique booth here in the San Bernardino County, and I was looking for salt and pepper shakers, and then I realized I have about 3 sets in my store right now that I could have brought home. But that's okay. I like these. These are really cute, and I'll add them to the collection here that I have here at home. And if I think another set would work better, I'll go through my store and bring them home. I don't know yet, but anyways, that's what I picked up there. And I got these, I think, for really cheap. I think I paid less than $10 for this set. I think it was like $6 when I bought these. So that was a good day. Good day. Okay, so these I picked up at the Goodwill, and I think most of these items that you'll see here, I picked up at the Goodwill. So these were at the Goodwill for $3.99. These are World Market spice jars for $4.99, but I got them at the Goodwill for $3.99. Cylinder spice jars. I wanted to try to redo, oh, I almost knocked her over, my spice rack. Currently, it's sitting on my kitchen counter, and then I have 2 cupboards filled with little spice jars. But I picked this up, and I picked up 3 more, so I have 4 of 4. So I have 16 total. I can count. I have 16 spice jars total with shaker lids, and I think that's really cool. I'm sorry, I wish I would have unwrapped them so you could see what they look like, but you're going to see them. I'll try and scroll through while I'm talking about what I picked up. I'll try and loop in where they ended up in my kitchen. But here, look at these lids. So you can slide through and you can choose the amount you're going to shake out. I thought that was pretty cool. So anyways, you'll see these in my kitchen. I picked up this. I think what you do with this is I think you roll it over dough to make, like, I don't know, designed cookies or something. I just thought it was adorable. It was super cheap. I think this was like $3 at the Goodwill. So I thought that was worth it. I do have some vintage rolling pins and vintage baking goods, so that'll look nice in the kitchen. And then I picked this up. I love anchor hawking, and I think this is anchor hawking based on the design. It's a heavy pitcher. This was at the Goodwill, $5.99, so it's a little bit more. Now, when I went shopping, these are the yellow tags that you'll see here. These were purchased together. I did not get a discount because yellow was not the color of the day, but I bought it because I had a 20% off coupon, which is always worth it. So I paid a really good price for these items um, on my checkout. I think when I total that day, I saved $17. So that was a good deal. But anyway, so I bought this for my kitchen. I love it. I think it's adorable. I think it's really pretty. I really like the metal, the china, the glass. And you're going to see a lot of that in my kitchen because I think that will blend well in my 1990 kitchen. I think these are going to look really nice. This rack I bought, I think this was $3.99. Yeah, $3.99. Again, it wasn't on sale, but I was able to use my coupon. That's going to be where, whoa, that's going to be where these will sit in my cupboard. Now, of course, they're in the box now, so they're not fitting right, but these should fit four to a row, I think. I'm going to see what I can do with that because, like I mentioned, I've got 16 of these and I've only got these 3 rows. So I'm going to see what I could do with that. I'll just leave it there like that. I don't want to knock anything over. At the same Goodwill, I got this plate. This is Noritake. See if you can see that. Noritake China for $5.99. Again, used my coupon. But what I liked about this is the colors are going to blend so well with the brass and the copper, either one. So this I purchased because I was looking for something kind of like a spoon rest on my counter. I thought this would be really pretty and just kind of out of the ordinary. I wasn't really thinking that a plate would work, and I thought that would be really cool. I'm always looking for space when I'm cooking. I never have enough room. When I put a spoon down, I need to put another spoon down. I need to put a knife down. I thought this would be perfect for that. As I mentioned, I am a vendor, and so I have a lot of vendor friends. And this was sold to me by one of my vendor friends. She gave me a really good price. I think I paid less than $30 for this copper plate. It's actually goes on the wall. I think there's a lever right there. Because originally I thought that I might use this as a plate to put, like, my salt and pepper shaker would go there and maybe my oil and vinegar. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this for that purpose, but I still love the plate because it's still going to fit in very well with the overall decor in my home. So not a bad find. I'm glad that I got that. And if I don't use it on my counter, I can hang it on the wall or put it down on my coffee table when we get this room finished. You can see I've got patches of carpet back there. We're not going to talk about that right now. um, okay, I got this at the Goodwill when I purchased these pieces. And I thought, oh my gosh, I just fell in love with the color. So this is a brass bowl. And I got this for $7.99. It's got a lot of like dirt and grime to it. So we're gonna clean this up really well, but that is going to go somewhere in my house. I don't know where. I just could not walk away from that. When I saw how everything was just kind of blending together, I could not walk away from that. $7.99 for a solid like brass bowl is not a bad price. So I'm going to find a place for that. I considered using it as a fruit bowl, but I did some research and found that when you put your fruit, your produce in a bowl where it's solid like metal, it's not going to allow room for the fruit to breathe, and it will ripen or perhaps even rot faster than if you put it in something like a basket or ceramic type bowl. So my first thought was, oh, I'm going to put produce in there. But now, since I did that research, I don't know where I'm going to put this, but I'll show you. I'm sure I'll find a place for that. I'm thinking it might be okay for root vegetables. I think that might be okay, but we'll see. And then this, again, this was a purchase I made with the vendor that sold me this plate. She had this in her shop. And again, I think I bought this for less than 30. She gave me a really good price. She thought I wouldn't like it because of the blue and white. She knew I was looking for brass. And she said, I don't know if you're going to like this. Look at the handle. And I just said, whoa, that makes it even better. I love the blue and white. As you can see, I love the blue and white. That's why I bought this little girl. In my kitchen, I have blue and white willow dishes and I'm working on a collection. So this is going to work out perfectly. And I purchased this because this is going to be where I put my wooden spoon utensils. So you'll see that, hopefully. I'm sharing that with you as we're talking. And this is kind of what started the whole thing. So the day that I ran into my vendor friend, and I told her what I was looking for and what I was on the hunt for, and I bought these pieces from her. I was actually walking around the store with this. What started it all? I should have started with this. This is, as you can see, a coffee grinder. It's got the little label here that says coffee. I don't know if you can see that. And it's got the little drawer here, little drawer. Um, but I love this. This is the brass, and I think this makes the whole thing just pop. Um, this is going to go somewhere in my kitchen. I have areas in my kitchen, and I don't know if everyone does this, but I have an area where I have my cooking area, and then I have my coffee area, and then I have my baking area, which we'll get to in a second. So this is going to go somewhere in my coffee area. I just don't know how it's going to work, but we'll figure it out. Walking through the Goodwill, when I was there again purchasing these little pieces, I was walking out of an aisle, and I had just happened to get a phone call. And I was on the phone. It was actually talking to my fur baby's vet, who he was at the doctor at the time. So I wanted to take that call to make sure he was okay. And I and as I'm talking to the vet, I noticed there was a corner of the Goodwill I had not perused through yet, and that was the lamp section. As I'm talking to her, my eye caught this, and I just made a beeline for the lamp corner. I got this for $9.99, so $10. Brass, solid brass. This is heavy, and I thought this was just really cool. Now I am working on building. This was what I was shopping for, was for my kitchen. So I am working on that. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not shaking the phone too much. I'm just so excited about these finds. But this lamp I picked up because I just moved furniture around, and in my bedroom, I just happened to have put a new dresser in there that actually belongs to the set that I'm using, and it needs a lamp. So when I saw this, I thought it would be a perfect touch to my bedroom on that dresser. I'm planning on putting an Edison light bulb in here and just cleaning it up, and that's it. So I'm glad I have that one. Okay, so when I mentioned earlier about taking my spice rack, taking my spices off my kitchen counter, another plan I have is, this was actually found in the antique mall. This is a bamboo made wood. It was actually still sealed. I took the wrapper off, and I bought this to go into my kitchen drawer to take the knives off my kitchen counter and have a place for them. I think this is going to work out really well. I looked at this, I measured it as I was looking at it, and it looked like it would fit in my kitchen drawer, and it does. But at the time I thought, well, just in case it doesn't, I turned it over and I realized it would still work. Whoa, really cool chopping block. So I knew that the purchase would be worth it. This I bought for $20 at the antique mall. Even though I know it's where we get our antiques from, there happened to be a vendor there that had some newer items, and this was one of them. Like I said, it was still wrapped, $20, maybe 19. I think it was like $19 actually. I think it's a good price. I think it's going to fit all the knives that I have and get that butcher block off my, or knife block off my counter, to give me some more space to put all this pretty stuff here. I found these jars separately. This one I found first. This one was in Palm Springs at the Goodwill that I go to out there in Palm Springs, or at a thrift store, for $17. And then I found this one at a Goodwill out here, not the same day that I bought these items, but it was a similar find where I paid, full price, $13.99. I'm sure I had a 20% coupon at the time. I always shop when I get my 20% coupons in my email. And I measured these. These are identical in size, except this one, which happened to be $13.99, so it was a few dollars less than this $17 one. This one is a little bit wider. It's about a half an inch wider than this measuring, or this jar. Perfectly fine. It's going to sit really well on my kitchen counter. I use a lot of rolled oats. I do a lot of baking on my own, and I use a lot of rolled oats, sometimes flour. Those are the two items I think that would probably warrant a larger container. So that's why I don't feel bad putting these on my counter and putting them at within arm's reach, because I'm going to use them. If I didn't use that much, then I probably would just say one would be fine. But I think the two are going to work out just fine. And we're going to try it anyway. Okay, so let me show you my treasured find, the one that I am like so proud of. A couple years ago, I was at the junk hunt in Pomona at the Fairplex, and I found this. This is what I think they call them dough bowls. Um, I got this, guys, for $40. I was like over the moon. It needs to be cleaned, obviously, but it has a really cool texture on the bottom, like a turtle shell. It's so gorgeous. I think I might need to put some kind of little, like a pad or something on the bottom. This is going to be where I put my produce. And so that's why I was saying I don't know if I'm going to need to use a fruit bowl, because I remembered this has been sitting in my family room for a couple of years, because I kept saying this is going to go in my new kitchen. When I get my kitchen redone, this is going to go on my kitchen counter. I buy tons of produce, so this is going to be exactly what I need. And I'm going to fill it with produce, because anybody that knows me and comes into my home, I always have a counter full of produce. And this was sitting in my family room waiting for that magic moment when I had my brand new kitchen. And I thought to myself, why am I doing that? Why am I waiting? So this, guys, is going to go in my kitchen on a counter that we don't even use. There is a kitchen counter, sort of like a bar area where people can sit and eat. We never use it. We've never used it. We've had this house for almost 5 years and we don't use it for that purpose. We usually set it up for appetizers or drinks when I'm entertaining, or maybe a place where you can go get your napkin and your plate before you serve your plate. This is going to go there. Now I can always move it. It's for my produce, so I can always move it if I am entertaining and I need the space. But for every day, this is going to work out perfectly. And that ends my haul. I think that's it, guys. What do you think? Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun. I know I had fun shopping. Of course, who wouldn't? I had so much fun that I actually went again to the Great Junk Hunt in Pomona at the Fairplex and continued my kitchen adventures. So I'll share that on the next video. I'm adding a few more pieces to the kitchen. I'm also going to bring in a piece of furniture that I've had for a while. I'm going to add some decor to that, and I'm going to keep that as a surprise because I know you'll be back in a couple of weeks to see that. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free, so why not? So you won't miss that new stuff. I also wanted to remind you my message, and I don't know if I said this already, but what I did to create this new decor and how I planned for that is I stuck to a budget, what I felt comfortable spending, and I found items. I can't even talk. I found items that provided a function. So when I was purchasing these things, I wanted to figure out what they were going to do and whether that was going to allow me to spend the money on them. There were a couple of pieces I bought just because they were cute, and that's okay too. So you want to stick within the budget you're comfortable spending and the items that make you feel happy. I wanted this kitchen to have the things that made me feel good about this space. I didn't want to wait for my kitchen renovation, and none of us should have to do that. Make the space your own. And that's why what I shared with you today is also renter friendly, by the way, because I didn't have to do anything to this space. So I just wanted to leave you with that. I hope I see you in a couple of weeks if you consider subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.